Hi BookTube, I'm here today with a book that's still about reading, but it's not about books. This is going to be a video about the different magazines that I read each month. The first three I want to show you are magazines that I'm subscribed to through alumni or professional associations. Okay, so the first one is where I first went to school, which is York University. I particularly like this issue, which is the spring 2014 issue, because it talks about asexuality. So they have all different stories spanning all different studies. Here's one about gray matter, the plastic brain, some clubs. So there's all sorts of different issues addressed in this. The next one is the next university I went to, University of Toronto. This is the latest issue for summer 2014, and again it's just the same thing where they talk about different topics depending on different studies, different aspects of studying, I should say, at the university. Yeah. And I love the illustrations actually in this magazine. The next one is for people who are part of the Ontario College of Teachers, and this is called Professionally Speaking. I don't know if this is the latest issue. It's from June 2014. But again, they talk about all sorts of different issues in regards to teaching. But I want to show you my favorite part. Okay, these are the blue pages. Now, in these pages, you learn about different people, but my favorite parts are actually the hearings, where you hear about all the bad things different teachers have done and how they're punished. It's kind of like a guilty pleasure, kind of gossipy type thing to read. Okay, these next magazines are just magazines that I pick up in store. So, this is an issue of Popular Science. I really like this one because it's talking about the science behind different movie aliens, mutants, robots, everything else. Popular Science addresses everything in regards to science, and they're always filled with these thingies, you know. Yes. Popular Science is a well-known magazine. This next magazine is called ID. And this is the August 2014 issue. And ID is put out by the Discovery Channel. It's actually called Ideas and Discovery, but as you can see, we call it ID. And there's kind of everything. So here it addresses forensics. We have things about armadillos. The pictures in this book are wonderful. And the pictures in this magazine are wonderful. So we have a whole section on Banksy here. So it does more than just science. It addresses arts, conspiracy theories, all sorts of different things that are interesting. So here we have meerkats. This next one is kind of along the same issues. A lot of you should know about Mental Floss. John Green actually does videos for the Mental Floss website. This is one of my all-time favorite magazines. Oh, see, there's John Green advertisement. Oh, and there he is again. Okay, this is not a video for John Green. But it's quite interesting. This is all about sleeping in beds. Their illustrations and their pictures are always good. They always have a section on alcohol if you're interested in that. Yeah, and it's about science. Here we have a thing about sports. It's all just about being intellectual. All the things that you're interested in. including professional competitive eating. Yeah, so there's lots of, you know, pictures to look at and everything. They even have like quizzes and such. But I really like this. It addresses a lot of pop culture. It's kind of like a really geeky magazine. Okay, this is actually the first time I picked up the Atlantic, and I picked it up obviously because John Lennon and Paul McCartney are on the cover here. But this is an interesting thing because it has 3 different covers here. But what I liked about this is that it's a lot about culture, and there's lots of short stories in here and different political issues. Information about not sexuality, information about creativity. We see more John Lennon and Paul McCartney there. Yes, and you know, there's all sorts of interesting information. I will be picking more of these issues up. This is the July-August edition. This one, I guess you can only find it in Canada, I'm sorry. But I'm sure there are other history magazines out there. But this one is specifically about Canada, and this is the June-July issue. And it's what it says. It's about Canada's history. We have some lovely pictures in here. This is all about HBC, the Hudson's Bay Company. The Munsinger up there, like they present it in history in a really accessible fashion, I find. And yeah, it also talks a lot about book reviews in regards to history. There's also different events they promote, such as the Niagara Falls 1814 campaign during the War of 1812, the different reenactments and such. So yes, it's one of those excellent history magazine. Lastly, this one will be of more interest to people who are interested in reading. This is the Walrus, the July-August issue, and it is basically I don't know, how would I describe this? This is also the first issue I picked up this. There's a lot of short stories in here. This is about the, sorry, I have to look at how to pronounce it, Loch Magantic tragedy that happened. Lots of different pictures there. What's this one here? The Trial of Philip's Halliday. So there's not a lot of pictures. This is more like reading. Yeah, lots of short stories and stuff. That's really why I picked this up, because I really love short stories. And even comics in the back. So these are the magazines that I like to indulge in. So let me know down below what magazines you are eager to read each month. And remember to keep on reading. Hey, you might want to check out Pickle's Instagram, Twitter, Goodreads, and other social media links in the description bar underneath.